One thing people, and especially corporations looking to be big money making machines, like to say is, why have one when you can make two? Or maybe three? Or maybe four? Because you see, when one perfectly good thing that's worth being standalone is seen to have its success, it's hard to just not go back to the one thing that was successful already. And this phenomenon is what I like to call sequels. I don't know why I said that like I invented it, but that don't mean this isn't a topic worth analyzing. Because I'm gonna be honest, I want to feel smart again. Talking about dicks and dick riding and all these BS vids I be posting, I swear it be making me stupid and gayer. The brain rot is real. And I don't mind talking about dicks and dick riding for y'all. Pause. But I just thought this was an important topic to get out onto YouTube, because obviously we about to look at the dark side of this endeavor and explore deep into this side of artistic gratification.
There you go, trying to act all smart, Vertega. All you doing is making a video on shitty sequels, bro.
Bitch, shut the fuck up! Anyways, I think it's important to acknowledge that there are some good sequels out there. And I'm not trying to discredit actual good creative people who care about continuing something they value in that art form. I mean, The Godfather Part 2 is probably better than the first one, and both movies are just simply a masterpiece. But today, we're looking at the corporate greed, or just the straight up ass side of sequels, in all types of art forms. And we tried our best, so I asked y'all on Discord to send me the shittiest sequels you could think of. By the way, if you want to be in a video, you could join the Discord. Link in the description, y'all already know. But to those who did send some good shitty sequels, congrats, y'all are in a video. And I thank you, because you guys definitely helped me remind me of all this trash. Also, shout out the gang for hopping on this video. They all some real ones. But yeah, let's go. Now, before I go into some older sequels, I feel like it would be good to start this video with a recent sequel to hit theaters, and is currently, as I'm writing this, doing numbers similar to Morbius. Joker, Fale, I don't know. For real, I'ma just say Joker full of shit, because that's exactly what this shit was. I'm not the first to ride the hate train, but like, my god, those who've seen it know just how fucking boring that shit was. I don't even hate musicals that much, but they ain't my favorite, and shitting on an already good standalone film with random sequences of songs that don't add any structure to the movie, well shit, I don't know, maybe it does a bit, but how can I really give a fuck when there's so much singing going on? And it's not even like they redeemed themselves with the story, because there was no structure really, and it all led up to this whack ass ending, which, spoilers by the way, not like y'all should give a fuck anyway, but they just decided to kill off Arthur and go like, nope, guys, this dude you just spent 2 movies getting to know isn't the Joker. Nah, he's some rando psychopath. The real Joker in this universe somewhere else. Like, fuck you mean, bro? This really shows the state of DC right now, dog. Absolutely no clutch, and they just continue to make shit nobody wanna see. Alright, continuing on with the Sigma male type movies, I got probably the most dog shit and corporate greed ass movie, American Psycho 2, submitted by Toxic Heart, which I bet some of y'all didn't even know existed. Wanna know why? Because it's so dog shit, and even if you do know about the sequel, it's one of those things where you don't even count it as being remotely related to one another, and you just want to completely forget about it. I don't care about spoilers at all, because no one wants to see this, so I'm gonna just give the main overall consensus of why I think this shit is trash. Bro, they kill off this dude Patrick Bateman within the first 15 minutes of this movie. Like, why the fuck this movie titled American Psycho if they don't even include the psycho himself? And instead, I'm watching this bratty ass bitch be a little corny ass fuck the whole movie.
Because I don't expose my Achilles heel to anyone.
Fuck is this writing, bro? This movie has absolutely nothing to do with the first film, nor was it gonna be to begin with. They just decided to slap some sort of cheap scene to make it fit together on some duct tape and called it a sequel. And that shit was just a straight slap in the face for people who liked the first one. Alright, next suggestion was by Z Weiss. I don't know how you say it, but they said to do Mean Girls, and that's a good one. And what do we see again? Oh yup, another musical everyone hates. This movie is just basically what happens when you take an iconic film that wasn't the craziest movie at the time, but still held up to be fun and had some originality, and doing what we all like to say, turning it into a cash grab. Not surprising at all from these movie studios these days. Like, what were they thinking when pitching this idea? They really hired someone to go like, yo, what if we made Mean Girls, that one movie that made us a lot of money back in 2004? But instead, we remake it to be a musical. That's gotta be the best idea I ever heard. Someone give this motherfucker a raise. Yeah, fuck this movie. Let's move on to a suggestion by, yeah, fuck y'all usernames too. But he says to do Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul. And I got you. Even though this movie kind of a reboot, but who give a fuck? Cause oh boy, when I saw this movie for the first time, it made me rewatch the original movies all over again, because after seeing Roderick look like a 2000s pop punk singer, it made me miss just how iconic the original was. This movie was basically turning everything good about the original, but giving it some cringe, less thought out version. Like, the main issue gotta be the casting, cause yeah, Roger was bad, but what the fuck did they do to my boy Rally, bruh? On God, they casted a Walmart pigeon looking version and just completely got rid of the charisma and the bond we saw with Riley and Greg within the first 2 movies, and just made this dude some side character looking like Manny if he started becoming a preteen. This film feels like they were trying so hard to replicate the greatness of the first one, but it just feels like some stupid, predictable, cliche modern kids movie with no direction and no grasp to its story and the memorability of the characters. But yeah, alright, so I had people suggest me to do Kanye, and you know, I'll gladly do that because when will I not talk about Kanye? Shit, we even included him in shitty sequels. You know, I had this video idea months ago, but conveniently around the time I want to upload this video, Kanye drops a sequel to his highly praised Vultures 1. And you could guess why I want to talk about this sequel, cause man, I'm just having some false hopes for Kanye's recent projects. This dude has dropped some back-to-back mid-sequels. But hey, at least Donda 2, Kanye had more of a vision. This Vultures era just seems like a challenge to see how fast Kanye could get a hit with the hooligans going like, oh, oh. And shit's on God making me miss that Kids See Ghosts era, and we take it for granted now. But also, Jesus is King Kanye. Like, I've been talking about Kanye a lot lately, and if you want to see that more in depth, just watch my Kanye videos. But I feel like I just had to include this, you know? But shit, going back to movies, my boy Carrot X, you know, he's helped me with a few videos, not gonna lie. Suggested the Home Alone series after the second one. And shit, I think all y'all forgot how trash this shit was. Just like American Psycho 2 and Diary of a Wimpy Kid, we could also see that Home Alone 3 also just basically gets rid of all the original cast and made a below mediocre movie at best. But what's even crazier is the fact that they saw how shit Home Alone 3 was, but then they still decided to make yet again another hunk of garbage, Home Alone 4. I think the main reason these 2 movies flopped compared to the original was because it obviously doesn't have the heart of the originals because everyone was used to the perfect castings from the other films. Sounds almost exactly why Diary of a Wimpy Kid failed too, huh? It's low-key mad sad how these studios can't take notes that reboots and sequels don't always work out the way y'all want them to. Sequels to me at this point are just known for having a worse reputation and are a riskier business decision than not having one at all. Everyone's getting tired, bro, but I know y'all ain't getting tired of us talking about it, and you know I'm gonna do y'all right and pass it on to some homies. Take that shit away, y'all.
I got called up to talk about a bad sequel, so we here. Now, no cap, I was thinking mad hard about what sequel I should do because I mainly watch anime. I was thinking outside of anime for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking about Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, but I never finished Breaking Bad, so I can't even do that. I don't even know if Better Call Saul's bad. I was thinking Jak and Daxter. What y'all know about Jak and Daxter? Woo! I was considering it, you know what I'm saying? But then I remembered that Jak 2 and Jak 3 are actually good, so you know what I'm saying? I can't do that. Vertaga tried giving me some ideas. He was like, I could do The Rise of Skywalker, Batman and Robin, Space Jam Legacy, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. So I was like, that's interesting. I've never watched any of those in my life. I've watched Paul Blart the Mall Cop, but I've only watched the first one. Not gonna lie, I didn't even know there was a second one until bro told me. So I was like, damn bro, what do I do? But then I was thinking to myself and I was like, man, that man Boruto really is a bastard. As a matter of fact, that whole show is pretty trash. So then I was like, yeah bro, I def gotta talk about Boruto. However, I don't think I could talk about the trashness that is Boruto without talking about Naruto first. Now, OG Naruto, not even Shippuden yet, OG Naruto, so the fuck bro? OG Naruto had S tier arcs like the Chunin exam arc, Orochimaru. I'll smack the goofy out of Orochimaru, but everything else about the arc was valid. The main thing I like about the Chunin exam arcs and basically every arc in Naruto and Loki Naruto Shippuden 2 is that members of the cast that are not named Naruto and Sasuke get love too. They actually, you know, do something notable in the arc. In OG Naruto, they had Gaara putting in work, they had Rock Lee putting in work, they had Shikamaru putting in work. In the Sasuke retrieval arc, they had Kiba putting in work too. Ain't nobody give a damn about Kiba. Same thing for Naruto Shippuden too. Shikamaru has his own little revenge arc when he gets revenge on Hidan from Asuma. The arc is really focused around him for real. In the Kaze's rescue mission arc, they have Sakura putting in work. Do you know how rare it is to see Sakura be of some use outside of healing? It's so rare that I low-key forgot it even exists. Forgot she even has hands, not gonna lie. But in Boruto, dog, none of that happens. All the characters that we all grew to love throughout Naruto and Naruto Shippuden don't matter. They serve no role, they serve no purpose, they're just there because they used to exist. You know Rock Lee? Of course you know Rock Lee. Everyone knows Rock Lee. Everyone rocks with Rock Lee. If you don't rock with Rock Lee, you deserve to be persecuted. As a matter of fact, you gotta be banished on a canoe heading to the Red Sea with nothing but Dasani water and lay ships on board, never to be seen again by civilization again if you don't rock with Rock Lee. But he does nothing in Boruto, bruh. It's just sad how none of those characters characters really get any type of development for real. That aside, Boruto is not that enjoyable of a main character, not gonna lie. The likability for a main character of a story is very important, and that low-key affects the quality of the story, cause hear me out, imagine if LeBron had his own anime, then imagine if Bronny had his own anime. We both know which one would be better. A story about a kid who works for everything is always gonna trump a story about a kid who always had everything. And also, just look at Boruto, look at how he acts, he's just a lame man. Boruto's it could be better. Naruto and Naruto Shippuden is better by a lot. But guess what though, the good news is that it's not as bad as Fate Zero. Fate Zero's so trash. But hey, that's not all the bad sequels in this video. Let me pass it off to Habibi.
On the topic of sequels, let's talk about Megamind. Megamind is one of the best animated movies of the 2010s, and to hardcore fans of the film, there was always an itch for something more to come out of the franchise. But regardless, Megamind had a definitive ending that made it stand on its own, not needing a sequel if it wasn't necessary. And then, this piece of shit dropped in 2024. You know, for every Terminator 2 or 22 Jump Street, you end up with a fucking Megamind 2, a movie so detached from everything that made the original movie so good, where you genuinely question, who the hell was this even made for? Nobody from the original cast came back, the animation looks like goddamn Cocomelon, and ironically, Mr. Megamind here is a fucking dumbass. Seriously, everything about Megamind is the exact opposite of what he was in the original. In Megamind 1, he's smart. In Megamind 2, he's stupid. In Megamind 1, he's a good person. In Megamind 2, he's an asshole. In Megamind 1, he bags Roxanne. In Megamind 2, she fucking despises him. And it's even worse when they explicitly say in the first 5 minutes of the movie that Megamind 2 takes place just 2 days after the first one. Like, they literally just undo everything about Megamind right from the jump. And what made the sequel infinitely worse, besides the renaming of Minion to Chung, was the introduction of a brand new character, an annoying-ass Megamind stan who is a child social media influencer. Her whole thing is to move the plot along. When there's a problem, Megamind can't do anything because he's a dumb fuck, and then the annoying-ass Megamind stan shows up and the plot progresses. Stretch that out for 8 hours of content and you have your dog shit Megamind sequel. Dude, if I talk about this shit any more than I already have, I may actually suffer an aneurysm, but I can't leave without mentioning one more sequel that just has me feeling a certain type of way. You know, I'm a big fan of a 2001 movie called The Fast and the Furious. It's a movie about low-level criminal thieves who also happen to street race really fast cars on the side. That was the plot. Very straightforward and fun. But here we are now in 2024, where this movie has turned into a franchise going on for 10 sequels and counting. And dude, none of this shit even makes sense anymore. If you were to watch Fast and Furious 1 and then skip all the way to Fast 10, it's like going from Toy Story to the fucking Avengers. The plot has somehow gone from street racing in LA to driving to outer space in a goddamn Pontiac. And since Vin Diesel is the executive producer for all of them, we're at the point where his characters become the Incredible Hulk for some fucking reason. Like, there's this scene in Fast 9 where Vin Diesel, aka Dom Toretto, is getting ambushed by like 15 soldiers. Keep in mind, in these movies, Dom Toretto is just a regular guy, but somehow through the power of family, he's able to get back up and fight off every single soldier dogpiling him on the ground. But that's just the beginning. You see, Dom is so strong, in fact, that just one of his kicks is enough to launch a dude all the way back and break down a metal railing. Dom then grabs the chains dangling from the ceiling of the building they're in, pulls down the roof with just his bare hands, and collapses the entire building on top of him. All of which he survives. I'm not even joking, but the explanation for all of this is literally just family. Dom is invincible because family. He defies reality to protect his family, which is hilarious when you think about it because, spoiler alert, nobody fucking dies in these movies. There's a character, Giselle, who literally died after falling off a fucking plane and now is back in Fast X. How? I don't know, they never tell you, but I guess they needed to bring her back as a love interest for my guy Han here, who, by the way, died in a car crash in Tokyo Drift, but he came back too. Did you know that John Cena is somehow supposed to be Dom Toretto's brother? Well, he died in a car crash in Fast 9, but if I'm a betting man, he's not actually dead. Nobody dies because the longer the series go, they make another $1 billion fucking dollars. Seriously, this franchise is the prime example of when you don't give a damn about the movies, just the output. But I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with these movies low-key. Like, goddamn, bro, Fast 5 is peak.